Ron from the Lehigh Valley, it's your turn.
Ryan, gentlemen, good evening.
Hi.
Tony's point, which actually wasn't why I was calling, feeds into my question. I think he's actually wrong, because I'm actually looking right now at a report by the National Conference of State Legislators that Pennsylvania's government costs $25 per resident, which is about well over 2 times all the neighboring states. We have the second highest paid or expensive legislature in the country after California, which has 3 times our population. And our staff, actually, the staffers for PA's legislatures is 3,000, which is second to New York. And this feeds into my point. I was just reading yesterday that our Constitution, which is maybe arguably the greatest political document created in the history of human civilization, far surpassing the Greeks, far surpassing the Magna Carta, and our founders considered themselves as heirs to the Israelites at Sinai. If we all read back on history of the formation of our government, and it was formulated in 4 months, and here we are. One of the original states, the Keystone State, 8 months into our budget process for the 7th year in a row, we're now 8 months late. What does this say, gentlemen, about our political culture? And where's the Benjamin Franklin and where's the Benjamin Rush when we need them?
Well, there's hope. And here's the hope. The hope is that in the last few years, I think good men and women who were tire salesmen and came from the real world, ran for political office, ran for the legislature, didn't have big donors or famous names, took on some powerful names in politics, and they won. And slowly but surely, there's at least a minority opinion that's developing in the House and Senate. You see that in the Senate budget. You see that in the House. 2 Democrats from Western Pennsylvania voted against the billion-dollar tax plan a couple days ago. Joe Petracca, John Pallone. That's a big deal for Democrats that would normally have felt very obligated by their caucus to do that. Things are changing. It's not perfect. Tony, government's too big, spends too much, for sure. But we have to offer specific ways that we can make government work more efficiently before we, take the axe. But I agree with the caller's premise.
Just to set the record straight, I was speaking about state government in its entirety, and you're referencing the size of the General Assembly and the cost of the General Assembly. And I will agree with you. Second largest General Assembly costs $300 million a year or so. That's, if you're saying shrink that, requires constitutional change to do so. Doesn't mean it can't be done, shouldn't be done, but it's a different issue from the operation of state government as a whole. On the issue of the change in the way I'm sorry, your reference to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. Difference, I think, is what you can accomplish in 4 months. If you don't have full sunshine, nobody knows exactly what went on as much. They were speaking frankly, and they might have been calling each other names, whatever it was. A little different from when you're operating and you know that the people back home are listening to every word you're saying. You're a little more careful. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that's I think the big difference.
We're going to